hope you all are good, doing well. So today we are here with one of the important theme with respect to our UPSC examination, and the theme which I am going to cover, it is in a new since quite long time, and it is one of the important topic with respect to our UPSC examination, be it and even PCS examination, be it your prelims or be it your mains. So the topic which we are going to cover, that is denotified nomadic, semi-nomadic tribes of India. So time and again we have seen the question has been asked, be it factual question like in prelims, like the question has been asked. I will tell you what kind of a question has been asked in coming slides. And today is 29th Jan 2025. So I am covering this lecture, and this lecture is prepared by me and presented by me. My name is Shama. So time and again I always emphasize, whatever you guys are reading, you first have to connect it with your syllabus. So where you can connect, again you can connect this part with your, if I talk about the prelims, you can connect this part with your polity section. And if I talk about the main section, you can connect it with the welfare scheme, and in your governance part you can connect it with the polity part, you can connect it with the governance part also. So let's start our lecture. So if I talk about the let's see why it was in news. So the Development and Welfare Board of Denotified Nomadic and Semi-Nomadic Tribes, that is DWBDNC, is making renewed effort to implement the recommendation of Idate Commission. So this Idate Commission is very important. The question can be asked in prelims. The Idate Commission is related to which? Like for which it has been established. So you have to remember that this Idate Commission has been established for the development of denotified, or with reference to denotified nomadic and semi-nomadic tribes. So you have to remember this Idate Commission, and whatever recommendation it has given, that we will see in a further slide, that can be directly asked in your mains exam also. So I request you to remember the recommendation of Idate Commission, and apart from that I will tell you other commissions also. So you have to keep in mind. So this is the possibility of question which can be asked in your prelims examination. So the recommendation of Idate Commission to address the challenge faced by these communities and improve their socio-economic condition. So let's have a bit of introduction. Who are called as a nomadic communities, who are called as a semi-nomadic communities. I will provide you certain example also. So if I talk about the nomadic communities, these are the communities that move frequently instead of settling in one place. So they are often engaged in traditional occupation like herding, trading and crafts. The question has been asked already with respect to this, and it was not direct the nomadic communities. The question was, I think they used the term of Gaddis, and the Gaddis were the people who used to, they were the nomadic one. So that they took that term from the ancient or medieval time, and then they put the question in prelims examination. So if I give you the example of nomadic tribe, then it includes Gujars, it includes Lambadis, it includes Gujjar Bakrawal. So the question has been asked from this also, that this community belong to which region. So you time and again you can see this type of a question. If I talk about the semi-nomadic tribe, so partially nomadic and partially settled. So they migrate seasonally but also establish temporary settlements. So I hope you have understood the difference between nomadic and semi-nomadic tribes. Example of Raikas, Banjaras. So these are the example of semi-nomadic tribes. If I talk about the denotified tribe, so formally they were classified as a criminal tribes under the Criminal Tribes Act of 1871 during British rule. But the act was repealed in the year 1952, and these communities were notified as a denotified tribes. So while most of the denotified tribe are they are spread across the SCs, ST and OBCs category, some DNT, that is denotified tribes, are not covered in any of this category. So example could be Nat, Pardhi, Sapera, Kanjar. So these are the community which belong to denotified tribes. If the question has been asked already in PCS examination, I remember the question was, which is the largest tribe in India? So that is the Bhil. So if we see as per the 2021 census, we can see that Bhil tribe is one of the largest tribe in India, and it made up 38% of total scheduled tribal population in India. Apart from that, as per the Sensex, the overall population we can see that is 8.6%. So now here I have given you this picture, and I request you to make this picture in your notebook, and you have to look after the region where they can be found. So you can see, if we talk about the Khasis, where they can be found, we can see the Gaddis, they are found in the where they can be found. Bhils we can see like in the region of Rajasthan and MP. So you have to make this, I will suggest you to make the this map. And the question has been asked already that Javra community or the Javra tribes belong to which state. So they belong to Andaman Nicobar. So you have to be very particular, and you have to remember this with the state, and question has been asked time and again with respect to tribes. So I request you to remember it. So let's have a look, and now we are going to see the characteristics of denotified tribes. So first we can see that is social classification. So DNT are categorized under, I already told you, under the SC, ST and OBC community, while this community mostly restrict on their interdining and intermarriage. That is, I would say that their restriction has been there on the interdining and intermarriage system. Apart from that, we can see they have occupied the lowest rung of the social hierarchy and faced discrimination and persecution. The second point which I have mentioned, that is patriarchal society. No doubt that DNT typically follow patriarchal structure where authority of elder male is considered superior, and woman status in within DNT is very low, often subject to harsh treatment. So for like there is a one society, Erukula society in Andhra Pradesh, that is patriarchal, but women have gained some improved status over the time. So this is one of the positive example with respect to this. So next we can see that Erukula tribes question has also been asked in PCS examination also, they belong to which state. Next we can see that is caste or tribal panchayat. So DNT have a strong caste or tribal panchayat such as Kula Panchayat, you might have heard about it, and this council make decision that significantly impact the social and domestic lives of DNT. So if I have given the example of Erukula's tribe of Andhra Pradesh, so again I am saying that the panchayat is composed of elderly individual known as Beru Mansum. So what is this Beru Mansum? So the Beru Mansum are the elderly people who constitute or who are at the top of, who composed the panchayat in Erukula tribe. So they are the person who are respected and their decisions are followed by the communities. The next we can see ecological dependence. So many DNT have a strong ecological connection with their means of subsistence tied closely to the environment. So example, if we look after the example, that is Vadar, also known as Kitharas or the Sarias or Aligris, traditionally depend on the forest produce of their income. So next we can see, and they are even skilled in crafting baskets and ropes. So next we can see animal husbandry. So domestication of animal play a vital role in the life of DNT economy. So they trap, hunt and sell and utilize various animals including monkeys, bullock, cow, sheep or foxes, snakes and all. So this animal serves both as a source of subsistence as well as a trade. So let's have a look what are the challenges which are faced by notified tribe, semi-notified tribe and as well as denotified tribes. So lack of recognition and documentation. So denotified tribes are lacking citizenship document, so which makes their identity invisible and cause hindrance in obtaining government benefit, constitutional and citizen right. So this is one of the major challenge which we can see. Next, limited political representation, that is inadequate representation of these communities in make it challenging to raise their voice in for their concern and advocate for their right. Social stigma and discrimination. These tribes are often face discrimination and social stigma both due to their historical denotified status as well as their distinct way of life. Economic marginalization, lack of access resource, markets and employment opportunity results in economic marginalization of this community. Educational deprivation, because educational opportunity of these tribes are limited and leading to high illiteracy rate. Displacement, like we have seen, because of developmental project and urbanization and change in a land use pattern have often led to displacement of DNT communities, so that disturb their traditional lifestyle also. Social stigma, we have seen, like despite legal changes, some communities may still face social stigma and discrimination. Access to resources, so limited access they are having, be it health, be it educations. Limited inclusion, so many DNT are not adequately recognized as SC, ST, or depriving them affirmative action benefit and government welfare program. Poverty, like DNT often face economic hardship, living in an improvised condition with limited access to resource and employment opportunity. Lack of basic infrastructure, insufficient infrastructure they are having, inadequate school, healthcare facility, transportation, so these all hamper their development. Impact of climate change, no doubt nomadic and semi-nomadic and DNT and those who lived in closely tied to the natural resources, they are most vulnerable because of the impact of the climate change. So let's have a look of the committee. I have not included the committees which was established before independence. I have included only those community which has been established after independence. So the first committee which we can see, that is Criminal Tribe Inquiry Committee 1947, and in 1940 this committee in UP recommended setting nomadic communities predicting continued crime. So these were the, like they have notified even 53 denotified tribe also. Next we can see Anant Samyan, a younger committee 1949. So they have recommended to repeal the Criminal Tribal Act of 1924, which later has been abolished in 1952. Next, Kaka Kelkar Committee, that is one of the first backward commission known as Kalekar, I could say is pronounce it, Kalekar Commission, that was constituted in the year 1953. So the commission's main recommendation were formally criminal tribes not to be dignified as a tribe or referred as a criminal tribe or ex-criminal tribe. In fact, the commission has proposed to refer them as a denotified communities. Next we can see Lokur Committee in the year 1965. So they were formed by government to review the list of SC, STs. Next we have Mandal Commission, the second backward commission that has established in the year 1978. So we have seen that they have notified 54 tribes in India and proposed that caste should be used as a criteria to access the social and educational backwardness rather than economic backwardness. So the question can be asked, like which commission has recommended to consider caste as a criteria to access social and economic backwardness instead of economic. So that is Mandal Commission. So the next commission which we can see here, that is Justice Venkatachilla Commission. So it was established in the year 2002 and the government established to evaluate the operation of the constitution, and the commission has notified several key findings on NT and NT and SNT group. So it's a first and foremost raise the subject of incorrect stigmatization of the denotified communities and tribe at all level, whether by government or society. So the commission suggested that Ministry of Social and Justice and Environment and Ministry of Tribal Welfare should implement program for economic, education, job creation, social freedom and rehabilitation of denotified tribe. So next we can see National Commission for Denotified and Nomadic and Semi-Nomadic Tribe has been established by the government in the year 2006 and it is chaired by the Mr. Balkrishna Sidaram Ranke. So the commission aimed to establish a standard for identifying and categorizing the benefiting denotified like DNT, NT and SNT to develop a reservation plan, promote their right and image in the civil society. The last was Renke Commission, that the recommendation it has recommended that the commission be formed for the welfare of this tribe and which are made up of 11 crore people. So we have seen how time and again the commission has been formed and they have suggested always for the betterment of these tribes. So next have a look and let's have in detail what are the recommendation which has been given by the Idante Committee. So in the year 2014, a National Commission for Denotified, Nomadic and Semi-Nomadic Tribe was constituted under the leadership of Bhiku Ramaji Idate for a period of 3 years. So let's have a look what are the recommendation he has suggested. So there is a need to identify challenges faced by them, owing to the stigma imposed by the enactment of Criminal Tribes Act 1871. So it also suggested non-inclusion of DNT, NTs under SC, STs, OBC and formulation of specific policies for the DNT, NT and SNT among many here. So the commission has also suggested to set up permanent commission for this tribes I could say, and it is stressed on the making measure to lessen the hurdle incurred by this community in availing basic facilities such as education, employment, healthcare and legal document among other. So let's have a look the legal and constitutional provision, which we can see here that Article 15(4) is special provision for ST, 46 promotion for education and economy. Then again we can see the SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989 and the government scheme, which I am going to further also elaborate in the coming slide. So we have already talked about the PESA Act, we have not talked about the Forest Right Act, but the question has been asked from this act time and again in UPSC and PCS examination. So I request you all to look after that. So let's have a look what are the steps that has been taken by the government. So that is a kind of a scheme. So Development and Welfare Board for DNT, SNT and NT is constituted in the year 2019 to address the welfare concern. Niti Aayog identification effort, the committee was established to finalize identification of the community. Next we can see the SEED, that is Scheme for Education Empowerment of DNTs, launched in the year 2022, and the budget which has been fixed, that was of 200 crore for over 5 years, that is 2021 to 2026. So there are 4 components which was under the that SEED scheme for the economic empowerment of DNT, like coaching for competitive exam, healthcare, insurance, community level livelihood initiative, financial assistance for housing construction. So these were the 4 sub scheme which was included under this SEED scheme. So let's have a look at the way forward and conclusion at last. So if I talk about the way forward, we have to the colonial mindset that about the denotified tribe having a criminal tendency need to change in order to ensure their human rights are not violated. We have to look after, they should proper documentation of their identities need to be speeded up so that they get the benefit of welfare scheme and basic need are provided to them. Apart from that, NHRC has suggested there is a need to ensure representation of denotified tribe in parliament and government institution and higher education to mitigate the challenges faced by them. So let's have a look. Recently we have seen that Anglo-Indian seats that was present in Lok Sabha as well as in Legislative Assembly. So do we think that, or we can suggest a government to give that seat either to transgender or to disabled person or to this denotified tribes and all. So let's think about it, and if what you think, do let me know in the comments also. So if I talk about the conclusion, so the recognition and inclusion of DNT, NT and SNT in India are essential for addressing historical injustice and ensuring their socio-economic upliftment. So government initiative like civil society effort and advocacy play a crucial role in empowering these communities and promoting a more inclusive and just society. So continued efforts are needed not only from the government but also from us also, in order to make them, or in order to give them the equal, provide them equal space in the society, and from government to overcome the challenges they should be given equal opportunity for their holistic development. So these are the reference which I have used in this slides. You can see the Tribal Culture of India, that was written by LP Vidyarthi, and then this committee report of Zasak committee report, and the question has been asked, this committee, the report has been given for the for which community. So you have to remember that this is related to the denotified tribes. Apart from that, Ministry of Tribal Affairs and Government of India. So that's all for today. I hope you have understood. I don't want to extend the lecture, so that's all for today. Till then, take care. Hope to see you soon. And whatever, if you like this lecture, do like the lecture and do hit the like button and do subscribe my channel and do share with your family and friend. Till then, take care. Have a nice day.